Okay. Actually, hold on. I thought I passed all this. $251. I'm on this one. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. I'm Falagar, and welcome back to another Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. It is September 14th, 2016. The time is, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm just going to play a little bit of this. Yeah, because I wanted to do this earlier, but I hit a few episodes of Breaking Bad. So I won't play too long. Okay, so last time we spoke to this person, Wurtan, and I believe he was going into this dungeon to try to retrieve the corpses of some people who have died here to give them a proper burial, and got injured by some spiders, dropped his sword on his way out, and we agreed to go in there and finish the job, possibly retrieve the sword for him. I'm hoping Wurtan becomes a party member at some point, so let's see.
Certainly.
I love it. Rolling with 2 mages. And I heard that I can form battle formations here. So this is the formation, eh? Triangle, single file. Is this an enemy? Will-o-wisp. That was an epic fail.
Certainly.
Buried secrets. Okay, it doesn't give a indication of what level this quest is. Is this the quest? Oh, here. Okay. Alright, well. Let's try going another way. Thought I was just going to be fighting spiders. Oh, here we go. That
Most
is
inconvenient.
not cool.
I feel.
Okay, this is beyond my level. So it looks like I will not be going in there.
Certainly.
And I kind of like that. I like that it doesn't hold your hand in telling you that you are not ready for this dungeon or to do this quest. You just kind of discover it, you know, for yourself as you play, which is fairly obvious. But maybe I just want to see if maybe I can't get some advanced loot, right? I always like doing that in these kind of games, like the Might and Magic series and you know, Ultima Underworld and stuff like that. The Ultima games.
Burns. Let us end this. The blood burns.
I can't really zoom the camera or anything. I just, or I mean spin the camera. Oh, here we go. What's this? Initiate's note. This parchment is relatively intact, but the ink upon it has faded. You can make out a few patches of careful, tidy script. Probably says visitors. Visitors to the ritual floor. Rectrix Obrica says. Redemption for even these. Orgot and struck. Forgot and struck. A redemption for even these. Forgot and struck. The largest spell first, rather than second. First. So I should, okay, good to know. So if I come across some bells, I should make sure that I ring the second bell and not the largest one first. Ooh. Camping supplies. Great. Can't do anything.
Blood burns.
Okay, just wait to reheal. Heal up, okay. Here we go. Oof. Health is low.
Blood burns. Blood burns.
Here we go. Oh, they like attacking me. Turrets. pile of furniture is branded with scorch mark. Shoot, I should have saved it. Okay. These things move pretty quickly, so I'm gonna do that.
Yes.
Second wind.
Oh. Burns. Most inconvenient. I can't move.
Uh-oh. So, shoulder, okay. Am I down? I'm down. No. I always have second wind. I thought this would bring me back up, but I guess not. Okay, maybe it just gives me increased endurance. Oh, that was bad.
Certainly. Yes. Yes. I can't.
Uh-oh.
Blood burns. Feel off.
Okay.
Certainly. Let us end this. Most inconvenient. Were the... That's me you're hitting. I can't move.
Wow. There is friendly fire. Good to know.
Certainly. Most inconvenient.
Oh, stuck.
architect work. Then rough.
Certainly.
I can't move.
Oh, flanking me.
Most in.
Shh.
Convenient. Oh, that tax.
Okay, good. Just have you to deal with.
To my limit. Blood. Lava. Eon. See.
Certainly.
I can't move. Burns. Move. Eon. See.
My endurance not gonna go up?
Oh?
Mother, I have asked Brother Edric to carry this letter to you, for he travels to New Hjalmar come morning. With him goes what coin I have, and I hope it will ease the surprise of an unexpected homecoming. For I mean to follow in a few days' time. Our village is much changed, and though I do not wish for you to worry, I do not feel it is safe to remain. I know Rectrix Abrica will not approve, but The letter trails off here. Across the scroll, obscuring its contents. Someone looks like wanting to cover their tracks or something, or yeah. Just save it under here.
Certainly.
You feeling better, Wartown?
Good day, stranger.
No. Sure. We'll be back when we're ready. Oops. I think it's time we go to the inn and finally rest up. Oh, I like this. Okay, it looks like we have a couple of other people to actually speak to, non-generic NPCs, named NPCs, which means I'm hoping they're potential party members. Hello. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this woman's soul. You see a woman emptying her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potions, bandages, tinctures, and herbs are scattered throughout her room haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilted to the side, considering. She begins to repack. One item after the other. Careful deliberation undercut by shaking hands. Each item has a clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. The shaking worsens as she empties it out once more, one hand held to her mouth. Tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoves everything she can in the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the bare house. Straightening her back, she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers her condolences, but she can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. She wanders the docks, offering her services as a doctor to any who will listen, anyone heading out on high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear in the distance, a tiny speck on an island, and tries not to jump. So this must be her history, a little glimpse into it. So someone close to her died at a young age, and she had to leave her home, probably because she can't, continue, paying for it. living there. What about you? See a group of young men standing around a makeshift practice target. This man stands in the middle of them, explaining the construction and use of a bow. He holds it up, pointing out each part as he speaks about it and what it does. He then walks away from the target, telling them to remain where they are, and takes his place about 200 feet away. He carefully lines up his shot, explaining what he is doing as he does, and lets the arrow fly. It hits the target dead center, much to the surprise and delight of the boys near it. He smiles, walking toward the boys, talking about proper stance and how to most effectively hold a bow. A noise comes from the tree line near their practice venue, and he stops, scanning the woods, blue eyes squinting against the sun. A shadow moves, making its way through the forest behind them. He draws an arrow and lines up the shot, carefully tracking the motion of the hidden creature. Loosing the arrow, he wastes no time and quickly grabs another. The boys spin, watching the arrow fly into the forest, immediately lost among the trees. There is sudden, explosive movement in the undergrowth as deer erupts from the tree line. Wow. Running across the edge of the clearing. The boys laugh, turning to joke with the man about his lousy shot. They stop talking, seeing him holding the bow and leading the deer with a knocked arrow. Seeing him holding the bow and leading the deer with a knocked arrow. They drop to the ground as he looses his last arrow, which flies true and strikes the deer right behind its shoulder, piercing heart and lungs and dropping it dead almost immediately. The boys stare at the deer for a few seconds and then slowly turn to look at the man. You found respect in their eyes. He smiles again and breathes a quiet sigh of relief. Okay, let's talk to you first. What was that? The best I can get?
Aye?
What if you talk? Oh, same thing.
Oh?
Oscar,
How do you
hello.
do?
Hi. The innkeeper, greetings and welcome to the Black Hound Inn. The innkeeper bows her head curtly. Please, sit where you like. Would you like a drink or room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of a good meal today. She sighs. Unless you're fond of cold porridge. Oh, I will eat, anything. I kind of like these kind of like poor man's food that's thrown together. I like everything, but I even like this kind of stuff because they're made out of necessity, and they're made some cases kind of made with love in a way, I'd like a room, please. I could use some reliable help. Do you know of anyone looking for work? Oh, could I see what you have for sale? I'd like to know more about the Black Hound. You only serve porridge? Well, can you tell me a little history about the Black Hound Inn? Or more about the Black Hound? Do I literally just mean the Black Hound? Really? Well, let me see. The actual building's okay. Been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We've got a lot of new faces in here too. Fewer than we used to, I'll admit. I used to work the tables, actually. Until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see? The Black Hound. It's still sitting upstairs, pining after him. Poor old girl. place ended up in my hands somehow. She laughs. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Yeah. Look, I'm looking for some people that might be willing to join my fellow elf here, Alof, and myself. Happen to know anyone looking for work? Oh, well, I wouldn't say I can speak from experience, but we do have certain sorts coming by looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone on, I'd be happy to send them your way. Well, let's see what you have. Oh, is that how this works? Do I have to keep paying for them? Retrain character. Party management. I recognize this song because I would listen to the soundtrack from time to time before I go to bed. I'll just play it until I fall asleep.
Greetings.
You know what? I would actually like a room. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to hire. I just want to come across people. I think I know what this is. I'd rather have actual NPCs join. That way there's personality to them, you know? Of course, we keep them nice and tidy. Excellent. The common room. Inns allow you to rest without using camping supplies. Cheap rooms are usually available, but if you have copper to spend, you may consider the more expensive options. The bonuses they provide last for a long time and affect the entire party. Really? Okay. Lasts for 2 rests. Plus 2 resolve. Okay, well, I'm not rich at the moment. So, I mean, I would say if I had maybe 500-600, maybe I would go for one of these. Rest in a common room for 0 copper. Yeah, I can't believe that the room is free. Okay, what's this? Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face has shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, oh, yep, that's how I pictured it. Only worse. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes her stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watcher. Oh, this is more like a nightmare. You jolt awake. The foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath is still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face to thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer, kind of like a type of a healer. Though it fills you with a new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. So I should head to the tree and see if I can't find her body. Party gained 464 XP. Good. Seek help for your condition. Oh, it worked. Find the dwarf woman from the dream. Okay. And so I take it I'm completely healed up, I think. Party AI is active.
Yes?
How may I help? Hi?
How can I adjust the... Oh. Move to attack unless they are engaged by an enemy. If that enemy is defeated, they will seek out new enemies to attack. Oh, I like that.
Hmm?
Okay, I won't mess with that. I
Certainly.
wonder. Can I now speak to these people? Now that I rested. I'm still doing this. Did I? No, those are my... I don't have any choice. Okay. Level of difficulty influences. Oh, oops, sorry. I found. This hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked, as if wanting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Don't think he's coming back. I could use a good dog. Here, girl. Oh, yeah, this looks good. The dog's ears perk up. It trots over to you and barks happily. You have gained an item the Black Hound added to your inventory. Oh, very nice. This small dog has a glossy black coat and an affable disposition. She trots along at your heels, gazing up devoutly whenever you come to a stop. Oh. Oh. It follows. I like that. Which means it can probably fight in combat. I do like that. Well, let's go ahead and... Here, girl. Check out that tree, right? Say something new to us now? Oh, yeah. This is her. How can I... Caldara di Baranzi, the squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman, dangles from a thin, crooked bough that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. That is eerie. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings. But there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Just reach out. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with a new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you've expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electric surge of images and words and sounds. Okay? Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you, getting creepier and creepier.
Have you come here for me, dear, or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Squint as she peers down at you. I think I survived a Berwick. Yeah, who are you?
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Well, I still want to know.
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but
Pleasure
I
to meet
came
you.
here all the same because this was where help was needed.
She breathes a mild sigh, sending a small beetle skittering from inside her cheek. Oh, and here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. What happened to you? She laughs, a rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer.
Touché.
Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance.
And
A
then the witch
humble
hunt came.
pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to
Oh, that's
poison
right.
her womb.
And you failed or
Studied
something.
her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb, studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities. What did you find? She shakes her
Nothing
head.
at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
So, basically it sounds like she knew she was healthy, but made it sound like there was something was wrong with her, because she was acting strangely even though she found nothing, but she had to say that, you know, give him the answer he wanted to hear. She couldn't just say there's nothing wrong with her, I'm not finding anything, because he won't believe it, because she's displaying otherwise, right? I'd like to know more about an Eomancer. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had
Like a witch
been.
doctor.
To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are.
Do you hear the locals tell it? Gang of soul manglers. Gotcha.
But the best of us, the best, inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an Animancer who helped one
Animancer,
find the
okay.
other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid.
Like that.
It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Dyrwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Okay, I'd like to talk about something else.
Of course, dear.
Well, I guess I may as well inquire a little bit more about this. How is it that you're speaking to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your
Something happening in
mind
the
to
mind,
make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
She gives a motherly smile in that decaying state. Well, first of all, I need to understand what's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there?
Yes. As a matter of fact, that's it exactly. And I think she's referring to how I'm able to sense, like, the past from other people.
You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a
projection.
dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
Astral projection. A watcher?
What indeed?
Indeed.
Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, no. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times.
Yeah. Go on.
Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how.
Ghosts.
A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
What does that mean exactly when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Meerwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Okay, thank you for that. One other thing, I think I survived the other night. The other day, I survived a biowick. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be
I
something,
heard that
wouldn't it?
no one really
Could
survives
be
this.
luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing.
Dara praises you with scholarly interest for a moment before resuming her cheerful demeanor.
Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me now.
You said souls break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy.
Entropy.
Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again. But less
Interesting.
than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
She clicks her tongue. And I guess I may as well ask it. Is all this just my imagination?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
Well, thank you for the conversation. Thank you for all the help. And I know you had something to do with my being cured of my ailment earlier. I was suffering from something. And I'll go see this watcher friend of yours. So, farewell.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldera closes her eyes, and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surrounding seems to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. Felgar was granted Crucible of the Soul. Aloth looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seemed lost just now. Party gained at 934 experience. Wow. Well, apparently I'm a watcher, believe it or not. His arched eyebrows recede into his hood. Wow. Well, that is interesting. Indeed. He gives you a sly grin. And I expect that explains how you survived a Baywick. I suppose so. In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share things. I agree. Honesty is the best policy, as they say. Do you know anything about Watchers? Well, I'd be interested to hear what you know about Watchers. Only that they're rare, and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions. As you just demonstrated. Well, let's press on. Wow, quest. I think this is a good place to stop for tonight. We made great progress here, I think. Spirit of Caldara di Baranzi, one of Lord Roderick's unfortunate victims, has directed me towards Caed Nua, where I will find a man named Marwald. Caldara has informed me that I have become something known as a Watcher, and that this Marwald is a Watcher as well. Perhaps he can tell me more about what's happening to me. Travel to Caed Nua. Caed Nua is southwest of Gilded Vale, past the Black Meadow. I will have to travel there if I am to speak with Marwald. I wish I could pick up more people. Oh, wow. Oh, this is great. This is great. Oh, I like this. Oh. Holy God. Okay. I like that. Lots of information here. Okay, so quest on. Save it as well. So that is it for now, guys. Great progress. I had a lot of fun. 3:44 a.m. I better go to sleep. So we'll pick up next time, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? I might do some Fallout 4 tomorrow as well. I like mixing it up now. That is it, guys. I'm Falagar, and once again, thanks so much for watching, or for anyone who does watch. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Crook Dog, who has recently returned to do Let's Plays. You can catch his latest Brogue Let's Play, so please do that. Show him much love and support. And also to my very, very good longtime friend, Donstar from Channel Donstar, which is his movie channel, but he also has a gaming channel, Donstar Gameplay. Okay. Also, do check out Dean of Games. He changed it from Dean of Gaming to Dean of Games. Okay, that's what it is. Oh, and by the way, Zaran Izarak, the Z-Man himself, is if you check out Zaran Izarak, that's his channel, which is ZARANYZERAK, right? Zaran Izarak. Check out his channel. Right now, he is doing these live streams, and they're absolutely fantastic and fun to watch, and scary and horrific, actually, mainly because of the game he's playing, which is Alien Isolation. So head on over to his channel, show him much love. tell him that I sent you, tell him it's Falagar sent you his way, as well as those other guys, okay? So, thank you guys for watching, and farewell. Such a waste of life.